Welcome to the 10-year journey of Lapid Leaders Africa.
My name is Esther Moniki. I am the founder and the CEO.
Lapid has made me to be able to
The squad experience was honestly amazing.
What Lapid is doing is very, very
I
important.
joined Lapid last year. It was so amazing. We get to go for an African experience. We went to Ethiopia for one entire week.
To come out of that situation, there are a lot of people who supported me and helped me.
We are very intentional in ensuring that you have the tools, the skills that you need to be able to succeed in the marketplace.
With Lapid, we have coaches that make a difference, that impacts, that provide solutions.
That they need leadership skills, communication skills.
Hi, my name is Esther Moniki. I'm the founder and the CEO of Lapid Leaders Africa, an organization whose mission is to ignite the prowess of the next generation of African leaders. We talk about igniting prowess because that means that we activate the greatness of the next generation. I started the organization 10 years ago, and I was driven by a belief that as much as we talked about the number of young people we have in the continent, we were not doing the work to be able to prepare them to be any different. And so the mission of the organization was around equipping them with the skills, the mindset, the networks that they need to be able to activate their greatness, to be able to successfully transition to the marketplace, but ultimately to become change makers within the context of Africa.
One of the things that I remember through this program was the ability to develop your relationship skills, how to approach mentors, how to be able to process feedback, how to be able to put your career goals in place. One of the exercises that we got to do through the Lead Marketplace program was for us to be able to draft our brand story. Our brand story was about us incorporating our unique talents, our careers, our history, and then our skills that we've gathered through learning, the technological skills that you have, and then combine all that one into a product that you can offer to the world that is going to create a positive impact not only to yourself but also to the people within your profession and within the community.
I currently just moved to South Korea, where I'm also trying to see how we can bring in the different perspectives from different countries into our own country. And my goal is to learn as much as I can while I'm there. So by the time I'm coming back here, I have more space for more young leaders, but also have filled my cup so that I can be able to pour it out to many more young leaders. I hope that many more people will be part of the Lapid Leaders Africa program because it's a good opportunity for them to grow, to thrive, to blossom, and to become the best that they can be for this Africa and even beyond.
I'm Mark Felix Kagiri, an alumni of Lapid Leaders Africa and currently in the real estate industry as a real estate agent. I got even trusted to be a project manager after some few months of getting employed because they could see that I have the leadership skills. It helped me also build my communication skills in terms of writing blogs, in terms of expressing myself, in terms of interacting with people.
I saw an opportunity in the context of the young people that we have today to be able to enable them to ask, what does Africa look like? An Africa that serves its people, an Africa with systems and structures that work, an Africa that's not plagued by poverty, an Africa that's not plagued by lack of proper management of the many resources that this continent has. And so what I started was a movement of young people who will be committed to serve the continent with a pathway being threefold. And we built that into the model of the program. We had what we call Lead Self. And Lead Self was the foundational pillar of the program. And it was built around the idea that you cannot lead others unless you can lead yourself.
And so the Lead Self pillar just helps you to meet the leader within you and just bring that leader out. At the same time, we have sessions about self-leadership. And in self-leadership, you learn how to be a self-leader. We also have sessions about personal leadership. We have sessions about personality types. And it's basically to just help you get to understand who you really are. Then you can transition to the next pillar,
which is the lead marketplace. And lead marketplace is driven by the idea of, if you understand yourself, you need to be able to ask what it looks like to build economic power. And building economic power is about economic opportunities. And so we support our young people to be able to get the skills that they need to be able to leverage on the opportunities that exist. Our bigger picture is asking, how do we ensure that they have a livelihood?
It is through this program I got to figure out, and I was able to relate with my early career challenges. Young engineers struggle to understand, to learn design skills. And therefore I said, what do I have? I have the knowledge, I have mentors to train me, and I have the entrepreneurial spirit to be able to create something that can benefit other people. And then through this, I was able to create their own sub-company, which is centered around empowering and equipping young engineers, young civil engineers around the world with rare and valuable skills where they can leverage technology to be able to deliver solutions that are addressing the ever-challenging engineering problems.
The lead marketplace helps you to just be a good leader within the marketplace. Whether you're employed, whether you're running your own business, lead marketplace comes in for that and helps you just build your personal brand.
Lead Africa is a pillar whose goal is to be able to enable young people to think of themselves as Africans and to imagine a borderless Africa. And so because of that, we have entrepreneurship classes, we have classes that enable them to think of themselves as innovators, be they business innovators, social innovators, and ultimately we end that process with what we call an Africa experience. And so we send the students to a study trip to a country within the region. In the last 10 years, we've sent some to Zambia, and they've interacted with the Secretary General for Commerce in Zambia. We've sent some to Ethiopia. They've interacted extensively with the African Union in that space. We've sent some to Rwanda, and Rwanda has great stories around the possibilities and also the chaos that this continent represents. They've sent some to Uganda, and just seeing how entrepreneurial Uganda is. And we continue to equip them and expose them to leaders from a continental perspective. Within our mentors, we've had mentors who come in from Ghana. We've had mentors who come in from Nigeria. And the bigger picture is to be able to expose our students to be able to lead Africa. And that's about understanding a borderless Africa.
And so how this has impacted me as an individual is, even right now, where I am currently in Korea, I am in a team of 6 people. And sometimes we will have a challenge, but I can tell my way of thinking is totally different. Some of them are older than me, but I think Lapid just helped me to deal with problems and not run away from them. And so some will want to just maybe pull back, but for me, I'll figure out what do we need to do so that we can deal with this problem. And so how Lapid has impacted me today is I'm more of a proactive problem solver. And at the same time, I've also realized that even to them, I am more of like, I would incline on the perspective of helping them deal with the problems than pulling back into my own space.
I have enjoyed working with Lapid for the last 10 years. It's amazing that time really does fly when you're having fun. 10 years ago, Esther approached me to consider working with her and even explore the idea that is Lapid today. Participate in gender and leadership, which is part of Lead Self, and I also participate in Lead Africa.
When I think about the last 10 years and sort of the wins that we've had, for starters, we've taken 1,400 plus young people through our programs, and we're so excited about that. And in addition to that, it's not just taking them through the program. When we do our studies, a recent study that we did, over 90% of them say they would recommend for this program to be done by many more young people. And then we still engage them even today. We have them as mentors and coaches who come and sort of give back to the communities that we are building today.
I would say that one of the biggest lessons that I learned when I was doing my Lapid program was just the aspect of showing up. The reason I so many young people fail to do the things that they don't want to do in life is because they're afraid of showing up and bringing themselves into their space. And so Lapid was a good opportunity for me to learn how to do that and actually to do it practically.
I think we need to celebrate and celebrate loudly. Lapid and Esther and all the mentors that are within this ecosystem have worked hard. We have come this far with the system that we found. We need to be able to show them the system that we have come on, so that if there are opportunities to change the system, then they understand what it is, and then they are able to make very conscious choices.
It is through this organization that I've been able to meet world-class leaders. It is through this organization that I've been able to give my talent and my skills and my leadership abilities to create a very vibrant community that are centered around servant leadership.
For someone who is hearing about Lapid for the first time, I can tell you for sure, this is the right space for you. If you're actually into a process of growth and a rigorous process like that, but a process that will make the gold in you come out, then this is the right space for you.